What up, everybody? It's the Rottweiler Patriots. I'm Vegas,
And I'm T-Bone.
and we're coming at you with another video today to once again remind you, this is your weekly reminder, that the New England Patriots absolutely suck. This team, well, I say team, this offense is fundamentally broken at its core. And I think you saw in this game that the issue goes well beyond the quarterback position because both guys played a half each, and both looked just as terrible as the other. Zappe looked a little bit less shaken, I guess, but I think that's only because Mac has been the one, sitting in this situation. And over the course of this entire season, he's had both this literal and figurative pressure upon him. Guys are constantly getting through in the pass rush. And they're getting in his face really quickly. He doesn't even have time to make his second read. He throws to a second read, basically, I think the fewest of anyone in the league, because he literally doesn't have time to think about his second read. On top of the pressure of continually performing poorly, being a part of the Patriots organization and having to fill the shoes of one Tom Brady, and from New England Patriot fans who, if I'm being honest, are some of the most brutal and unfair fans in the NFL. Many of whom are acting like the world is falling apart. The sky is falling right now. And what I'm going to tell you is, I wasn't around during the 80s and 90s of New England football. I ain't that old, but I've talked to some old Patriots people. It's rough. It was a rough time. They were continually getting the top picks in the draft over and over and over again. They got Drew Bledsoe at number 1 overall. He changed the franchise, took them to a Super Bowl. But it was rough. There are so many Patriot fans today who don't know how bad a franchise can truly get. This is their first experience with poverty. For goodness sakes. We won our last Super Bowl 4.5 years ago. Most teams would be happy to have one Super Bowl in their entire history. They don't care if it was 30 years ago. Just have one in their whole history as a team. They'd be thrilled. We had one less than 5 years ago, and we're acting like the sky is falling. We're acting like the Detroit Lions, the Cleveland Browns, the Jacksonville Jaguars for the last 20 years. One bad year isn't the end of the world, y'all. You want to know how miserable a franchise can get? Suck for 10 years. Suck for 20 years. Then you'll know how miserable it gets. You feel it now because you're not used to it. You're spoiled. You're used to winning, and it sucks to lose. But imagine being a fan who's so used to losing, they're completely apathetic. Because that's a lot of fans right now. Just look at the Jets. I hate the Jets because, long-time rival. But if I'm being honest, I feel really bad for their fans. They have been consistently a poverty franchise for decades and decades and decades. Haven't been relevant since Super Bowls were in the single digits. They've had it rough for a long time. They had one good year about a decade and a half ago when it looked like Mark Sanchez might actually be a good quarterback. And Rex Ryan might actually be a good coach. Also, Rex Ryan, for your comments earlier this week, you need to shut the hell up. You do not know what you are talking about. But anyways,
I'm sorry, what did he say? I actually hadn't heard.
he was trash talking Bill Belichick and saying that all of the Patriots' success only comes from Tom Brady and la da 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 da. It's like, dude, shut up. You don't know what you're talking
Funny
about.
that Rex Ryan is lecturing a franchise on
Rex Ryan
coaching.
has been waiting so long to crap on Belichick because he got tired of Belichick just destroying the Jets every year.
No, because I'm not a Rex Ryan hater. I don't really have the beef, but funny that he is starting to talk because he is notorious for not doing great,
Yeah.
except for flukies.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, Jets fans have had it miserable for decades and decades and decades. This year, they have a good team. They have a crazy good running back who's young and exciting and explosive. They have a great wide receiving core and one of the best young receivers in the NFL in Garrett Wilson. They have one of the best defenses in the entire NFL. And they go out and get one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. They finally had hope that they could do something for once in their entire lifetime. Once in their entire lifetime. It's like we could have a good team for 1 or 2 years. In my lifetime, they were stoked. And a few plays later, it was over. I feel bad for those fans and for what they have to experience on a yearly basis. And then for what they had to experience this year especially, having such a well-built squad. Having such a great team, and finally getting the one piece that they've been missing, a good quarterback, and he tears his Achilles on the first drive of the season. That is gut-wrenching. Patriots fans have never even come close to experiencing anything like that, even when we had it rough 30 years ago. And trust me, it was rough back then. So to all these Patriots fans that are up in arms and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, take a step back and realize how good you had it. And also take a step back and understand that this is a team who is missing 4 absolutely crucial players. We're talking all of these guys are in the top 10 players on the team. 4 of our most important players, our star players, are all injured for the rest of the season except for maybe Matthew Judon, who might come back at the end of the year. Also understand that our defense has been playing very well. For crying out loud, they have allowed a combined 20 points over the last 2 games. And I think it's like 62 overall over the last 4, which is very low. Does this loss suck? Yes. Does that missed kick, every time I watch it, hurt me a little more inside? Yes. Does this year suck to watch? Yes. Does it suck watching this team drain the life out of me? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, one bad year doesn't define a franchise. One bad year doesn't screw a franchise. And we've lost a lot of close games, some of them against some of the best in the best. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This team is not that far away from a good place. Things have just fallen apart in a big way this year, in a way that even I don't fully understand. And that happens sometimes. But we just won a Super Bowl less than 5 years ago. We just went to the playoffs 2 years ago. We're missing half of our bloody team. Everyone's out hurt. Our defense is playing great. Do we have the third worst record in the league? Yeah. Are we going to end up with the top 5 draft pick? Very likely. Is it the end of the world? I don't think so. Honestly, I haven't really even talked about this game. I don't think there's much to discuss other than defense played great. Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi both sucked. Ramondre popped off. Finally, doing what you expect him to do. Onwenu and Sal in the running game, great chemistry working well together, and Ramondre complimented them this week. Onwenu in pass protection has been great. Trent Brown, his injuries have been an issue. Overall, he's been solid in the pass protection, but Demario Douglas continues to be one of our best players. Glad he's okay after that dirty hit. Thanks for the no penalty after a guy's head almost got taken off refs. And, I mean, I don't really have anything else to say about this game other than the offense is fundamentally broken. And it needs a fixin'. And it ain't happening this year. And I'm at peace with that. Because at the end of the day, we have it a lot better than the vast majority of franchises in this league. And if I gotta live through a season of this, or even 5 seasons of this, as penance for those 6 rings, I'll take it. Because only one other franchise in this entire league has as many rings as we do. That's just the truth. And if you can't handle that, pick a different team, dude. T-Bone, you got any final thoughts?
Very mature how you how you handled talking about your franchise and the greed that some good franchises fans have. I did not expect to hear all that from you. I mean, I expect to hear some of that. I know some of your opinions, but this was a good thing to hear from you, and I'm very proud of you. Yeah, you know what? Teams go in ebbs and flows. Your team's injured, man. Some of this is going to happen when your star players get injured. It's just a fact of life. That's all the thoughts I have.
Yeah, I mean, this is a video that we do every week for every game for the rest of the season. But if I'm being honest, I don't see much else changing. I see New England winning at maximum 2 more games. One of which will inevitably be against the Jets. I have no confidence in my preseason Chief upset prediction, but I'm still going to stick to it just because I have to. No. This team's season is over. We will have a losing record. It is a guarantee. We will miss the playoffs. It is a guarantee. Would I like to see him turn around? Yes. Would I honestly mind if they didn't? A shot at Marvin Harrison Jr.? I wouldn't mind it. This is the Patriots situation right now, and as much as it sucks, I'm at peace with it, so I think that's really where we're at. please be sure to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. We would love to hear what you all have to say. And that is going to do it for us today. Thank you all so very much for watching. Please be sure to hit the like button. Please be sure to subscribe. And we will see you all in the next video.